Mrs. Anderson's learning detectives. We're gonna solve a case and learn all the lessons. Mrs. Anderson's learning detectives. We're gonna solve a case and learn all the lessons.
Hello, my little learning detectives. I hope you have all been well. Well, to tell you the truth, I've been a little lonely in here, so I decided to make a couple of friends. And I'm going to introduce you to one of them right now. So here's my little friend. Actually, I prefer to call him my cousin, my little cousin Calvin. Calvin, say hello to all my friends. Hello. All right. So, now as much as I love my cousin Calvin, he keeps asking me the same question all the time. He asks me in the morning, he asks me in the afternoon, and he asks me in the evening. What question do you think he asks? Well, I'm pretty sure you all guessed it, but just in case, I wrote it on the board. What time is it? Good gravy. So I asked Cousin Calvin, Calvin, why don't you know what time it is? You're a clock. And you know what Calvin said? Because you didn't teach me yet. What? I didn't teach Calvin what time it is? Well, let me do it now. So the first thing you need to know, Calvin, and kids, you need to know this too. The parts of the clock. Very interesting. Well, let's look at Calvin a little bit. Well, he's holding his head, so this must be his face. Ah, Calvin likes that. I do have a face, don't I? Yes, you do, Calvin. And I want you to turn that frown upside down, but we'll worry about that later. So, Calvin, you also have two hands. 1, 2. And as a clock head, you also have two hands. 1, 2. Now, the difference between the human hands and the clock hands is that the clock hands have two different sizes. Okay? So, we have here the shorter one, and that's called the hour hand. Why do we call it the hour hand? Well, because the hour is the first part of telling time. Well, I don't get it. Well, what's the longer hand? Well, the longer hand is for the minutes. Okay? So the big numbers on the inside tell the hour from 12 o'clock all the way back around to 12 o'clock. What? How can there be two 12 o'clocks? So it can be 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then 12 o'clock again. But if the minute hand moves, and it will, and it stops here, that will be 12:01, because these numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what those little lines represent, the minutes in the hour. But do I need to know all of that right now? No, Calvin, you don't. So what we're going to worry about now are times on the hour and times on the half hour. So if you will look at this clock right here, it says it is the hour of 7 o'clock. Hour, 7, minute, o'clock. O'clock is 00. It is 7 o'clock. The shorter hand is on the 7. The longer hand, which is the minute hand, is on the 12, which in o'clock is 00, 7 o'clock. So anytime you see the hour hand pointing to one of the numbers, that's the hour we're talking about. And whenever this minute hand is on the 12, it just means o'clock, 7 o'clock, okay? The other one that we didn't get to at school was the 30. Remember when I told you all of these little lines represent numbers? Well, if you start counting here, when you get down here, that number is 30. And that's called a half hour. So what time is it now? It's 9:30. And the hour hand is between the 9 and the 10. It's letting you know that in a little while, when all of the minutes pass, it will be 10 o'clock. Okay? Now, you can rewind this as many times as you need, but right now I'm going to give you your assignment, which is to tell what time it is for these 4 clocks. Okay? Clock number 1. What time is it? Clock number 2. Clock number 3. And clock number 4. You got this.
Mrs. Anderson,
Send me your completed assignments in class
We're gonna solve the case and learn all the lessons. Mrs. Anderson's learning